Well, I've talked about it so long, I thought I may as well do it right now, that video. So I'm just going to do it quickly, but look at this, mushrooms in January. So please take seriously what I've said about the pole shift and and Planet X and all the rest of it, because she's coming in. But anyway, here we go. So I looked up Grok. First of all, I looked up Grok, asked him the question about JFK in the last video, so please don't go away. Okay, and this is what he said. So this is what JFK wrote in his diary. The most well-known and frequently cited quote from J.F. Kennedy's diary, written in the summer of 1945, when he was 28, and working as a journalist touring post-war Europe, including sites like Hitler's bunkers and Bushhacking retreat, is extended passage reflecting on his historical significance. Quote, after visiting these two places, I won't even try and pronounce it again, and the Eagle's Lair, you can easily understand how that within a few years Hitler will emerge from the hatred that surrounds him now as one of the most significant figures who ever lived. He had boundless ambition for his country, which rendered him a menace to the peace of the world. But he had a mystery about him in the way that he lived and in the manner of his death that will grow after him. He had the stuff of which legends are made. And of course I have asked, repeatedly told you to look up Adolf Hitler, the greatest story never told. Excuse me, here I go again. And there you will see a very different version of him, I can assure you, and a very different version of the history that we've been told, and it will change your life. As a Jewish German Jew and born again Christian, I'm a Falkenberg, so I should be able to pronounce German words, but anyway, it just shocked me to my core. I had to watch it several times. And it's very long, but it's beautifully produced, beautiful soundtrack, and you can just watch it in parts, so it's great. So anyway, after that, but I've also told in other videos that I've had about the French psychic guy, Jaques Nietzerman, and who made these prophecies back in these early 70s about a black president appearing in 2012, and also that aliens would take over humanity via the computer at that same year from then on, which has happened. And even though if you don't quite understand how those algorithms work, they work that way. So there's several of my videos, you can look that up, and it's amazing. And the lengths that they went to debunk this guy's prophecies is amazing. He had lots of other ones, and they all came true. But anyway, so where am I? I'm going to Fast Site now. But what this Fast Site, so this is Courtney Brown, and this is remote viewing, and so you can go to this Farsight Institute and look up his stuff, but as he tells you here that you can actually view this for free on YouTube now. So I'm just going to quickly really rush you through it, and I'm start at 12:59. Okay.
In einer Vereinsrede vom Volk der Brüder zu sprechen, sondern hinein zu gehen in das Volk, all seine Vorurteile, all Weg zu überwinden und dann zu helfen und über diese zu helfen.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Heute Nacht gehen wir mit diesem Volk, leben wir, mit dem sind wir verbunden und die Teil auf der Erde.
Oh, no.
Dazu gar nichts beitragen.
Okay, I've just gone on.
Of a thought. So, when I assigned the viewers this target, I held my breath. Again, all remote viewing is done totally blind at the Farsight Institute. Again, the only thing that Dick Allgeier and Daz Smith got from me was a non-leading email saying that there is a target and that they should describe it. They had to find Hitler in the Kroll Opera House all by themselves. They did. And then, by the design of the target, I sent them into his mind, and there they went. They came out different places, each finding something that attracted them. Where they emerged made sense, at least to me. There is no single reason why Hitler was the way he was, and Dick and Daz together paint a picture that is as complex as it is disturbing. But honestly, it really is best at this point if I leave it up to them to describe what they perceived.
Each in twos. These feel like, well, these feel like, they're very detached, very quiet in the background. And I'd say these feel like security. Some of them pass messages back and forth, but they're mainly there as a support security service. And around in the entire larger structure, there are more tiers of people. And these are outside of the main circle of events and stuff, but they're here as support. They're all over the place on multi-level. Yeah, this is a multi-level structure, and they're in the structure on all different levels. And now this is different. This is a mixture of male and female. I see lots more female here, and they're very busy. They're walking around. It feels like there's lots of paperwork, lots of menial type chores, almost like business-like, office-type environment, doing lots and lots of them. There are the support staff. So yeah, a big operation, big structure. Males and females doing lots of stuff. Supporting him. He's in this action. It feels like a very intense emotional situation. Bear with me a second while I go off camera here. Just checking the time. Yeah, lots of emotional energy. Very stressed. Almost a sense of anger. I almost feel like I can see this primer like hitting a table, expressing his anger. Something's gone wrong. He's reacting to something, and it feels like a situation. It feels like it's large. It feels like an outside one, a spider entities having responded to something from your heart. Okay. So let's see if we can try to pick up a bit more from the primary life himself. I think he would be in focus here for the target, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try moving his head a bit more as he is right here, and then we'll try a few movement exercises. So 14D, and then we have a life. He's emotional. He's male. So yeah, I'm not very good at drawing men. So we have a man. Now, I feel like he's wearing, he feels like he's wearing formal attire. I would say this, it doesn't feel like formal attire from now, so it feels like past formal attire.
Past formal attire. He doesn't speak
So I
very
would
well.
say, I don't know, formal attire for me, it feels like a shirt and tie. I feel like he's wearing a shirt and tie and sometimes a jacket with this. Okay, so he's feeling emotional, stressed, angry. I'm inside his mind trying to probe this right now. I can sense the anger. There's a little bit of fear there, a little bit of surprise. He doesn't understand what's gone wrong. He's trying to hold things together. Feels like there's lots of planned events. He's trying to tell lots of different people on lots of different levels what to do. Trying to be reactionary to a situation that's occurred. He's in a high stress job.
This is the other guy.
The music, there's a theme song or something, or some music that that gets the people worked up. And these people are worked up. They're animated, they're cheering, they're affirming things. This would be like a speech or a pep rally or might be political. A lot of attention focused here. This has a serious feel to it. This is not entertainment. There's an entertainment aspect to it, but it's serious. It's I need to reset here. I'm getting a lot of conflicting things. This scene is so noisy and there's just too much coming at me right now. I need to focus in. More on this guy that's up on stage here. I feel like I should know him. I'm not ready yet to make a These guys are buying what he's selling. If he was a preacher, they're gonna believe his spiel. They adore him. They're excited to be here. This is an event that I don't know if they paid to get in, or they might have needed invitations or tickets, but it was a hot thing. They're happy to be here. They're happy to see him. He has a lot of charisma and power over them. It's interesting because the other people off to the side of the stage, and he's in lights, focus of attention, noise erupts. He's, I don't want to say playing the crowd, but not inciting the crowd, but they're reacting to him, and he knows how to get the response. There's other people off to the side that have phony smiles. Outwardly they support him, but there's they're like mocking him. They're like under their breath. They're certainly jealous. There's some plotting going on in the background, some intrigue. These guys are two-faced. This feels female to me, but there's
The great stab in the back, which is Hitler was well known for talking about. You got stairs.
Somebody off to the side is not happy with this, and yeah, the word plot, like plotting, get his due, have our revenge, have our time, it'll be our day. But certainly he's a figurehead. What happens next?
Pretty good, isn't he? More than pretty good.
This is a hectic scene. I hear footsteps jostling, men's voices, a murmur, noise, everybody talking at once. Voices raised, some voices not raised. My point of view is from right behind this guy. This is the central person. He's being pushed through a crowd like he has bodyguards or someone leading him through. His feel is dazed, like he doesn't know where he's going. He's being led. He's following. It's like someone is elbowing their way through a crowd and bringing him along. He doesn't know where he's going. He's just trusting them and following them. I see lights like news cameras or flashes, old style. They used to have brighter lights that would blind you so you can't see where you're going. People are shouting questions. People are demanding things of him. They're coming at him from all directions. He feels a bit apprehensive and overwhelmed. It would be like you're a performer just coming off stage and you're backstage and it was real bright and now it's dim and the people are leading you through the crowd and people want to know things. They're shouting questions. He doesn't want to answer them. He's like, let's get out of here. He's got assistants that are pushing their way through. This feels too intense. It feels almost surreal. His consciousness is too much weight on him. He feels psychedelic, drugged, and not drugged to the point of like Valium lethargy, like things are too bright, too intense. I get a sense of I don't know how to explain this. I see an aura around him that you can see sometimes, and it's not necessarily like an energy aura. People that are in the spotlight on a stage, they do backlights, and there's just this halo around them. But beyond that, there is a halo of pressure, like too much is weighing on him. He's got a decision to make. He's at a crossroads. This is more than life or death. This is, the consequences are enormous. It's a tremendous weight on him. It's like the whole world's watching, the weight of the world, the pressure is just, I can see it. It almost has this like friction to it. It's hard to put it in words and drawings, but there's some, this guy is powerful, but in a way he's powerless. He's fearless, but he's very afraid of something. How can you be fearless and afraid at the same time? That would be the weight of responsibility, I guess. He's needs to appear bold, but feels timid. He feels swept along. I think in that scene where I saw him, he was literally being led, like maybe even gently by the elbow, like through a crowd. But in a greater sense, he's also being led by forces that are greater than him. He tries to have a great inner calm.
And Courtney Brown talks a lot about the good aliens and the bad aliens. My battery's going, so I'll just have to rush it through. And so there's, I think these are the forces he's talking about. Where is it? Sorry.
But that's very difficult. There's too much pressure. him again.
Oh no.
I see him old and frail. I see him weak and defeated. I see him with regret. I get a sense of a secret that's untold, a deceit. I can't even spell whatever. Deceit, deceit, treachery, regret, deceit, treachery. He made a decision or didn't stand up for a decision that had vast consequences. I see fire, destruction, buildings ablaze, smoke, ruins, people crawling out of ruins, like war, terrible happenings where buildings are destroyed and burnt, and there's rubble and people trying to recover, and there's been chaos. He feels somehow responsible because of something that's been untold. Who is it? Come on, Dick. Who is it?
I know it's long, but I'm going to leave this going because it's really important.
I looked and I got a really vivid but brief flash of something pretty hideous, like a ghoul with glowing eyes. I don't know if I believe in the devil, but like maybe the...
Okay, but I'm just going to put this in front of your screen again. Okay, look it up. Okay, in case my battery goes.
The devil, just looking at me for an instant. Something with really scary looking creature. Not attractive, but big glowing eyes, and that's all I want to say about that. And then next, that transforms into and from the demon to
So he goes on to actually draw the graveyard where he is.
someone buried in a hillside, trees over here. Come to the end of this one. Is there anything else?
It's the graveyard. Buried anonymously.
Can't quite name him. I just get this, he looks, at this point in his life, haggard. I get a sense of regret, loss of power, sadness, sorrow, treachery. Some weight or responsibility is so pressing on him. Just like he had great plans and something went wrong. Something was out of his control. He would have liked it to have it turn out differently. I think he's wanted to be a good person, but events overtook him. Who is it? Well, he's a leader. Was he a president? That's the feel I get. Regal feel. Maybe one of the presidents. He took a secret to his grave. Took a secret. What's the secret? I'm blind to all these targets. I've got no feedback. Another something I worked recently had a theme of someone being given a deal that they couldn't refuse, like an offer they can't refuse. Like he got swept away by something that he didn't want to do, but he had to do it, and the results weren't good. The results were, I would say, historically bad. If I talk for an hour nonstop right now, I might get it. I don't know if I've answered the question. Interesting. I don't recall ever working a remote viewing target that had so many conflicting emotions, thoughts, what's the word, motivations, such an inner conflict. But I think that's all I'm going to get.
Okay, how do we make sense of all of this?
Okay, that's it. Okay, look it up. I will leave the links. I really will. Let me know if I don't. Please, let me know. And I hope you enjoyed that. And it's time for me to go out and watch the sunset. Bye-bye.